Good day, learners. In this video, we're gonna talk about special products. This is gonna be part 1 of a 3-part series since I will not be able to cover everything in one video. So for this lesson, we will talk about square of a binomial. In algebra, we often encounter expressions like x plus 3 squared, 2m plus 1 squared, 5p minus 3 squared, or x minus 4 squared. Now, these are expressions that can actually be solved using long multiplication, but that's gonna take us some time. So this is where special product patterns come into play. To solve the expressions that you can see on the screen faster and more accurately, we will use a special product pattern called square of a binomial. Let's see how this would work out. Let's have our first example. We have here x plus 3 squared. So what does this mean? It means that we are going to multiply the base x plus 3 to itself. So it would look like x plus 3 times x plus 3. So we have here two binomials that we are going to multiply to each other. So one way of doing this would be using the FOIL method, where we multiply the first terms, x and x would be x squared. We will multiply the outer terms, x times 3 would be positive 3x. We multiply the inner terms, that's 3 times x would be 3x. And then we multiply the last terms, 3 times 3, that's positive 9. And then we combine similar terms. So we have x squared plus 3x plus 3x is 6x plus 9. Now, like I said, this is gonna be a long method. So another way to solve this would be by using the special product pattern. So we will solve again problem number 1 by using the pattern. The pattern looks like this: a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So you will know that this is the pattern that is applicable to our problem since we have a plus here, the same with our problem. So basically what we're doing here is we will square the first term, that's a squared, and we will also square the second term, that's b squared. And then to get the middle term, what we will do is we will multiply the first and second term, a and b, that's a and b, and then we double it, so we multiply it by 2. So this is the pattern that we will use to answer our problem. So what we're gonna do is we will square the first term, so x times x, it's gonna be x squared. And then we will square the second term, so that's 3 times 3, which is positive 9. And then to get the middle term, we will just multiply the first and the second term. So we multiply x times 3, so that's 3x, and then we double it, so we multiply it by 2. 3x times 2, that's 6x. That is gonna be our middle term, 6x. And since we have a plus here, we will put plus here. So this will be the answer. So you see how quickly and accurately we answer the problem using the pattern. Let's have our second problem, 2m plus 1 squared. So we will use the pattern to answer this. Our pattern looks like this: a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. This is the square of a binomial pattern. So you know that this is the pattern that we're gonna use because we have a plus here, the same with our problem. So what we will do now is we will square our first term, that's 2m times 2m. So 2m times 2m. So we are multiplying two monomials. This is equal to 4m squared. So the square of the first term, 2m, will be 4m squared. And then we square our second term, so that's positive 1 times positive 1, which is positive 1. To get the middle term, what we will do is we will multiply the first term and the second term. We will multiply these two, so we have 2m times 1 is 2m, and then we double it, or we multiply it by 2. So 2m times 2, that's gonna be 4m. And then we have a plus here, so we will put plus also here. So this will be our answer, 4m squared plus 4m plus 1. Example number 3, x minus 4 squared. So to answer this, we will use a pattern. The pattern looks like this: a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So there is a slight difference in this pattern because we have a minus here, okay, and not plus. So we know that this is the pattern that we're gonna use because we have a minus here, the same with our problem. So what we're gonna do now is we will square the first term, so that's x times x, which is x squared, and then we will also square the last term, so that's 4 times 4, which is positive 16. And then how do we get the middle term? We just multiply the first term and the second term, so x times 4 is 4x, and then we double it, or we multiply it by 2. So 4x times 2 is 8x. And then notice this time we have a minus here, so we will also put minus here, and this will be our answer, x squared minus 8x plus 16. Let's have our last problem, 5p minus 3 squared. To answer this, we will use our pattern, which looks like this: a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. This is the square of a binomial pattern. So you know that this is the pattern that we're gonna use because we have a minus here, same with our problem. So again, basically what we're doing here is we will square the first term, so that's a squared, and we will square the second term, that's b squared. And then to get the middle term, we will multiply the first and the second term, so that's a times b, and then we double it, or we multiply it by 2. So that's how we get the middle term. Okay, so we will use this pattern to solve our problem. So what we will do here, we will square the first term, so that's 5p times 5p. 5p times 5p. So now we are multiplying two monomials, and that is equal to 25p squared. So 5p squared is 25p squared. And then we square the second term, so that's 3 times 3 is 9, positive 9. And then how do we get the middle term? So what we're gonna do is we will multiply the first term and the second term, so that's 5p times 3, that's 15p, and then we double it, or we multiply it by 2. So 15p times 2, that's 30p. And then notice that we have a minus here, so we will also put minus here, and this is gonna be our answer. It's 25p squared minus 30p plus 9. Okay, so that's it for our examples. So now for your activity, we have here a 5-item activity for you to work on. So you can play again the video from the beginning so that you'll have a good idea on how to answer this. On our next video, we will talk about special products part 2, and we will focus on product of a sum and difference. If you find this video helpful, please do me a favor and click the subscribe button, and also like and share this video so that we will be able to reach as many learners as possible. Please also do not forget to click the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever we will add a new video in our channel. So thank you for watching, and see you soon on our next video.